The number lock of a suitcase has 4 wheels, each labeled with 10 digits from 0 to 9. The lock opens with a sequence of 4 digits with no repeats, which means there's one particular sequence of 4 digits that works. What is the probability of a person getting that right sequence? Pause the video, try this out. Okay, so let's figure out how many total sequences are possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 wheels. Each wheel has a digit, and because there are no repetitions, we can figure out the total number of possible sequences. The first place can be filled in 10 ways. We have 10 digits from 0 to 9. Once we have consumed one of them, we are left with 9, then 8, and then 7. So the total number of sequences is the product of 10, 9, 8, and 7. That's 5040. So what's the probability of a person getting the right sequence? Because only one of them will work, the probability is 1 divided by this 5040 total number of sequences. Now this is very low, so it's extremely unlikely that you'll get the right lock in the first try. Let's try one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have these 5 digits. We are making 3-digit numbers. What is the probability that the number that we make is even? Pause the video, try this out. Alright, so one way would be to list down all the numbers that we can form. Here we're picking these digits, so repetition is not allowed. So we have this entire list of 3-digit numbers. From this list, we have some blue numbers which are even. How do we find the probability? We'll count these, and we can use concepts from the chapter PNC here. The total number of arrangements, because we are having 3 digits, that's going to be 5 times 4 times 3. The first place can be filled in 5 ways, then 4, and then 3. This is 12 times 5, that's 60. And how many favorable arrangements do we have? This is the number of even numbers. So for that, we have these 3 digits. And because we are forming even numbers, the constraint is on the last digit. In how many ways can we fill this digit? We have 2 and 4, so this means we have 2 ways to fill this. Once we have filled this, we have 4 remaining digits. We can use any of them here. So 4 ways. And then finally we have 3 ways here. 3 times 4, 12 times 2, that's going to be 24. So what's the probability that the number that we pick is even? That's going to be favorable by total. That's 24 by 60. That's 40%. Let's try one more. Now we are forming 5-digit telephone numbers using the digits 0 to 9. If each number starts with 6, 7 and no digit appears more than once, what is the probability that this telephone number is going to be even? Pause the video, try this out. Here's the list of numbers for your reference, 0 to 9. Okay, let's do this together. We're forming a 5-digit telephone number. We're given that the digits do not appear and the number starts with 6, 7. So let's start the number by picking 6 and 7. So that can be done in only one way. Now we're left with 6 here and 2 here, 8 digits. We can pick any one of them here. So 8 ways. Then we have 7 remaining and then we have 6 remaining. So total number of ways is 1 times 8 times 7 times 6. That's 336 ways. So total number of telephone numbers that start with 6, 7 where digits don't repeat, that's 336. How many of them are even? For that, we need a constraint. And where's that constraint? That's on the last digit. But first we can pick 6 and 7. So that's 1 and 1. Now let's fill the last digit. We're looking for an even number here. We can't have 1 or 3 or 5. We've already picked 6 and 7 and we can't have 9. So the even numbers that we have are 0, 2, 4 and 8. That's 4 ways. Once we have picked a digit here, so 10 minus 3, that's 7 digits left. So 7 ways here and then 6 ways here. So total number of even numbers, that's going to be 7 times 6 times 4. That's 168. And we can see that the probability comes out to be half. 168 is half of 336. So the probability here is 50%. And another way to look at this is, once we have filled 6 and 7, 6 is even, 7 is odd, we're left with 8 digits. Half of them are even, half of them are odd. So once we start picking things for this last digit, we have half of these options as even and the remaining half is odd.